Hi, this is Sherry Veronica. Now, when I saw the Barbados Today, it's the e-paper today's editorial, and it is headlined "Addressing Race Hate in Barbados." You had to look at it a second time. It's like you have to really like look at that heading, "Addressing Race Hate in Barbados," and it's like, what on earth do they mean? If a race cannot even like themselves, how would you expect other races looking on to actually like you and respect you? How would that happen? How is it going to happen? It ain't ever going to happen. It's not ever going to happen, because when you look at the crime scene in Barbados, it's a black on black crime. It's black on black crime. You're not seeing the other races in the news as often as you will see the blacks in the news. And even within your school system, the apartheid in your school system, where you teach your children to dislike each other based on if they're going to a school built by slaves or a more modern school. You are putting that kind of hatred, segregation, everything like that, you're putting in your children, your black, brown skinned children. And then you talk about race hate. You expect other races to like you and to respect you. Now, when this lady here, Natasha Prentice, it seems though, I'm going to show you her in a minute, but this is Mia, and they're saying, quote, not about here, not here in Barbados. We don't want this racial abuse stuff going on in Barbados. How can you stop it? How can you stop it when you have apartheid in your education system? How do you stop hatred? How do you stop it? You can't even stop it among yourself. Now, they don't call it race hate when it's black on black crime. They will call it all, the sociologists will call it all different things, because they're saying, well, you're black and it's black on black. But what about looking at it from being a human, like being part of the human race? Is that something that is offensive to you, to think of yourself as human and start to act like a human being? You're ready to evolve and walk into the best version of yourself possible. Is that offensive to you? Is that offensive to you? Or would you rather just be that person who limes on the blog and see someone with something and you wait for them to have a weak moment where you can take it from them? What do you want to be? What do you want to be? So here's Natasha. Let me try to get her here. Let me see. How do I do this? Yes, this is Mia. And this is Natasha Prentice. She's saying that someone, I guess another race, from another race, called her name, and she went to the police because she was so unsettled by it. But I'm just saying this. I'm sure she's interacted with her own kind, and they've thrown some names at her, and they've told her what to go at SUCK, and the way they talk about their mothers and everything. Why doesn't she and people like her focus on the insults that she gets from her own? But anyhow, she went to the police, and it seems as though instead of the police going to pull the person up, whatever, the police took her back to the store. Not once did they mention the store. Okay, not once do we know what store she was in. Okay, so they took her back to the store, and the police asked the person, do you want her back in your store? Do you want this person to come back in your store? If you don't want this person to come back in your store, just say no or whatever. So she was shocked, because whereas she thought that she went and got like a big brother or whatever, same color, talk the same way. She went and got her partner and whatever, And like when you go and get your mom when somebody hurts you, and your mom has your hand, and walking stern and going back to get some satisfaction. And when she went to the store with the police was like, do you want her to come back in your store? Do you really, you don't need her back in your store, do you? And that was another shock for her after being called the N name, and then, or word, N word, and then the police reacted and handling the situation the way it was handled. So she found herself in the news, and then Mia is there, looking real rough in this photo. Yeah, Mia's there talking about not about here. Not about here. Not about here. It's all about Barbados. It's all in Barbados. It's the way you are in Barbados. It's the way things are in Barbados. You curse yourselves. Curse yourself, God blame me. You know how you say God blame her. You curse yourselves. You curse each other. You're not respectful. Males are not respectful of females. Females are becoming now like males because they realize that they're on their own. They have to stand up on their own 2 feet. Children are not safe in Barbados. Okay? Children, babies are not safe in Barbados. What do you mean not about here? What do you mean? What do you mean not about here? It is what you are. It is your landscape. It is your life. You dance on the graves of your ancestors. It is about there. It's all about Barbados. That's what you get. The apartheid education system, all kinds of systems. There was a time that you had to look a certain way to work in a bank in Barbados. It's all there. All there. The experiment is there, and it is working. It is a working experiment, and it is Barbados. People leave England or leave America or wherever after they've reached a certain age, thinking that they could repatriate to Barbados, like the returning nationals, and they're shocked. They're shocked. Every place they go, they're robbed. Every place they turn, everyone they turn to robs them. It's shocking. It's shocking, Mia. It is about there. It is what Barbados is. The landscape looks pretty because you have the sand and you have the beaches and the sun and the whatever. But it is you. It is your people. It is about there. You don't love yourselves, but you expect people looking on and seeing the way you kill each other, stab each other, cheat, lie, steal, whatever else you do. You expect people to respect you and to have favorable images in their minds about you. It ain't going to happen. It is not going to happen. This is Sherry Veronica.